Chrono Odyssey is already out and playable, and sadly, with a 100% certainty, I can tell you that it's bad. It's absolutely dreadful, in fact. If any single person tries to tell you, oh, Chrono Odyssey is not actually that bad, they are lying. For whatever reason they are lying, I cannot tell, but I can guarantee you that they are willingly and knowingly lying. Now, granted, it's not all doom and gloom. We're gonna talk about why it is currently at least doom and gloom, but that's a little bit later. Because this is just the beta. But the beta looks it just looks horrible. Almost everything about this game currently is bad. Considering how absolutely amazing the trailer looked, how good the combat gameplay previously looked and whatnot, also that just makes the situation much worse, honestly, in this situation. And considering we know that this is gonna be a Korean pay-to-win slop in some form or another, that also makes things kind of worse. And Chrono Odyssey currently, well, I mean, at this point, it looks like this game needs like 2 or 3 years to be even in a remotely likable state. Because this game, it's been a while since I have seen a game that actually breaks my 100% fundamentally correct assertion: will a game fail or succeed? And that assertion is very simple. And this way that I determine, is a game gonna fail or does it have a chance to succeed, has a 100% accuracy rating. You can take any game of the past and apply my methodology here, and well, you're gonna see that it works. A game now or a game in the future, and this methodology always works. And it is the most simplest thing ever. It doesn't matter if it's first person or third person. As long as the movement is fine, that means that the game has a chance to succeed. If the attack animations are not stupid and annoying, that means the game has a chance to succeed. Now, it doesn't mean that the game will succeed necessarily, but I have never seen a single game in my life where the character movement, jumping animations, and basic attack animations are scuffed bad and unlikable, and it succeeds. No game has ever existed that fails on such a fundamentally basic level and even remotely close comes to succeeding. No, they die in a week or maybe a month, but they 100% die. Now, granted, if your movement is fine and everything, it doesn't mean that you're gonna succeed 100%, but at least you're not instantaneously dead. And Chrono Odyssey, on the most fundamental level, actually completely breaks and ruins that. Because just the movement, just the basic movement in this game feels extremely scuffed and bad. And, I mean, if you ever release even a beta or whatever, and that's how your movement looks, it's not looking good.
Chrono Odyssey has just released its first beta on June the 20th. However, this has not come without any issues, and a lot of players have
Also, the fact that I can't tell if this is a man or a woman also is slightly bad.
been doom posting as a result of their hype build-up being shattered. I will admit, the gameplay trailers that they've released did look pretty amazing. And then when the game releases and we actually get to play it for the first time...
Yeah, you see, right here, the running. It instantaneously feels off. It feels unreal. It feels unready. If you can't get something as basic as running down, you're never getting anything properly done in the game.
It looks a little bit underwhelming in comparison. However, we have some developer responses from the community managers and the CEO himself.
Now, the boss, though, does look a little bit different, though. That is good, but a boss being good is not going to save the game.
With regards to performance issues, future plans, and how they're actively working already on a lot of certain issues the game's having. To start things off, a little announcement from CM Jenny, community manager. It essentially explains their daily activities and how they had pretty much paused seeding access They were drip feeding keys so that the servers don't get overwhelmed. There were some issues with players not being able to access the game because it was reporting to them that they didn't meet the minimum system requirements. The community manager apologized for the trouble, but be aware of the actual system requirements for this game. And my PC only just about gets a bit better than the minimum. Therefore, you will see my footage as graphics not being the highest quality and not having the best frame rates. I will probably need a system
Okay, listen. If your game requires me to buy a new PC and it's not GTA 6, I'm not doing it.
spec update.
Listen, Need for Speed Underground has better graphics at this point than 99% of AAA games coming out. And that game is ancient. Okay? And it requires way less system requirements than whatever the hell 3 pixels on the screen AAA games come out now. I'm not buying a new PC. My 5-year-old PC is, if it doesn't run your game, fuck off. Okay? Because your graphics are not that graphically fidelity level that I should buy a new PC for it, okay? Especially considering you look worse than a 20-year-old game in some cases.
For the future of this game, unless they drop those requirements by significantly optimizing it. They did go on to have temporary maintenance to already address some issues and fix server instability. This is one of the key things they want to address at their first beta. This is the first time they have players en masse joining the game. But then we have a Reddit post. Yeah, there was a lot of doom and gloom and negative posts just for the sake of being negative. Not very helpful in the broad scheme of things. Just try and be...
Listen, okay? I'm just a gameplay. I'm not a fucking dev. If the game's bad, I'm gonna post it's bad. And if you're gonna try and silence me or judge me for posting that the game that I play is bad and I want it improved, and you're gonna say that's not helpful? No, you're not helpful. You're actually a problem. You're one of the things that makes games worse. Because you're like, oh, you don't know how hard it is to be a game developer. You know how hard they work harder then. I don't care. Work harder, loser. You're getting paid a pretty good salary, okay? And I'm gonna tell you a secret of the world. The higher your salary, the more actually you have to work. In most cases. Unless you're a CEO and an owner of a company and then you get another guy to be the CEO and you can just AFK. But that's a different story, okay? That's pretty rare. But yeah, I'm gonna complain. If the game I'm playing is not fun, if it has problems, I'm gonna complain. You bet your ass I will. And if anyone tells me that, oh, you shouldn't do that, I want them actually banned because they are mentally deficient.
Constructive with your criticism rather than being needlessly doom and gloom for the point of it, because again, your hype got shattered and the game doesn't live up to the lofty expectations you may have had.
No, the game does not live up to the lofty expectations it itself set.
Honestly, this is what happens with every single game. Just look at
not at all.
Ashes of Creation. It finally came.
Yeah, Ashes of Creation currently is debated to be a scam because, well, at this rate, it's probably gonna start the challenging. What's the space game called? Star Citizen. That's right. It's gonna probably it's gonna start soon challenging my children's gaming time. Because they're gonna have to pick what do they want to play, Star Citizen or Ashes of Creation. That's not a good sign.
Out in public alpha and then beta, and it's
Also, the CEO of the company trying to attack anyone who says bad things and say, "Oh, we could sue you," but we're not gonna do it because we're nice guys. Also, doesn't help the fucking game.
It's nowhere near what many of us expected. In terms of still getting access, don't worry, throughout the beta period, they will be continually granting keys. They have been working on server expansion too, again to allow more people to join. Now, as for responses from the CEO, Bongunbei, he responds to a player who says, "The beta caused a lot of damage. First impressions are important and it failed." The
Yep.
CEO says they understand your concerns. Their primary goal for this test was to validate the core gameplay and conduct server stress testing. Please trust that many aspects of the game will greatly improve. Just give them some more time. In particular, they will be
I never understood this. I don't care if it's a beta. If you're allowing me to play your fucking game, then if my experience is bad, I don't care if it's a beta, Zeta, or whatever. If my experience is bad, my experience is bad.
just
And telling me, oh, but in the future it's gonna get better is not a good sell. It's actually a horrible look.
motion, I believe player movement, and rendering optimizations. Currently, their team has placed greater importance on addressing server issues and enhancing the combat enjoyment. And they do
Should have done that before you launched the game. You don't need 1,000 people to tell you that your combat sucks.
state they will continue to upgrade the game through the second and third and future phases. So this means they fully intend for this to not just be the first beta test. This is a true beta test, as it were, and not, say, a marketing ploy that you would see other games have, where you would get
True beta, none of these birds mean anything to me, okay? This is like the Witcher 4 tech demo, where it's not actually the Witcher 4, and then they come out and say, "But guys, it's not it's a tech demo. It's supposed to show the technology that's available, but it's not real." Then why did you put a guy pretending to play the tech demo if it's not real? Why are you showing us something that's not gonna be real in that case? Like, it's obviously a scam. It's obvious. It's obviously supposed to just pull in people through lies. Everyone understands that.
get a public beta test simply to just try out the game and have some marketing before the game fully releases. No, this is a beta test well in advance before planned launch, so they have plenty of time to bug fix and gain player feedback to address issues. Again, they fully plan to have multiple beta phases, not just this one. You can again see here the confirmation that this
If you have multiple beta phases, then why call it a beta? Can betas have multiple phases?
guy is the Chrono Studio CEO and founder. Another response here with regards to a player being excited to see the second beta, and they promise they will repay you with the highest possible game quality. There was a quite an amusing clip, and the CEO did respond with, "Oh my god, basically you could carry these explosive barrels into the main
I
hub
have seen
areas and, well, blow up groups of players." Shroud was doing this on stream earlier, and that's his clip. But
You
I'm
died.
sure it will get addressed, and you probably won't be able to do that moving forward.
Are they gonna get sued for you died? Because that's obviously a blatant ripoff off of Dark Souls.
Again, to stress, they will be bringing significant updates to the UI in their second beta test version, and that will again come with more optimization. They did also say they would look into being able to preserve your characters for the next beta tests. This would help a ton rather than having to go through all that grind again. It could just mean, though, the character models, so you don't have to go through the character creator again. As for
To be fair, this tweet in no way replies that that's gonna actually happen. He's just saying, "Oh, okay, we'll check. Thanks. Boo 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 boo." That's it.
creator again. As for DLSS support, yes, this will definitely be an option they're considering, and we may very well see it for the second closed beta test and official release. They do plan to improve optimization significantly beyond the current level. Again, to express here, the current build we have is a little bit old.
All the language used here is pretty deceptive. Like, for example, look at this. DLSS is definitely one of the options we're considering. He's not saying, yeah, we're doing it. He's saying, oh, yeah, we're considering it, sure. Yeah, and I'm considering to save humanity. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm considering finding a cure for cancer. Do I get a prize for that? No. So don't say don't give this guy a prize for saying, "Oh, I consider it." Damn.
You plan to improve optimization significantly beyond the current level. Again, to express here,
Now, granted, I do think things are gonna improve a lot for Chrono Odyssey. Hopefully, probably. But at this point, all the hype is gone. Seems like this game is gonna be shit currently. I mean, if you release it at this point, I honestly have I'm doubting everything you. I I I just think this is Korean slop at this point, and they kind of hope that the West is gonna eat slop, which is fundamentally not been through any single time the Korean MMO has released to the West. Every time the Korean developers try to release something that the Koreans themselves are accepted to, because they are. I'm sorry, my Korean friends. Your women are hot, but yeah, you accept a lot of slop. You accept a shit ton of extreme slop. And every single time a Korean dev has tried to do the same in the West, yeah, that has been absolutely massive pushback. And by the way, all of these things, if they don't implement these things that they are saying here, someone's gonna, when the second beta comes, someone's gonna look at find all of these replies and then just create a list of things that we were lied about, and this is gonna just become even worse.
the current build we have is a little bit older one, but it is a more stable one. And they wanted to proceed with this test using the current development build to prevent any major issues. They are working hard to enhance both the quality and enjoyment, and he states how many successful games have gone through long periods of early access, refining and improving over time. So this is again their plans for Chrono Odyssey. For the second closed beta test, their goal is to provide even more polish and maximize your fun. As for console support, yes, you can play on a controller and the game will be coming to consoles. They do have plans to add more proper PvP in the realm of time across different dimensions, and we can
Oh, great. You know, PvP, the thing that none of us old timers nowadays want. Listen, my geriatric hands can barely hold my penis. I don't want to be a. I don't want to fucking rotate my camera 360, whatever that even means. Okay, I can't. I can't press three buttons at the same time. Mop, listen, mop rating is gonna be hot. But yeah, no, seriously, no one wants PvP. We are at the time where if you want PvP, go fucking play CS, go play Valorant, go play Fortnite, go play Marvel Rivals. Don't play Overwatch, and that's it.
look forward to future updates in the next test. Again, to confirm this is an older build, this version is from the end of last year. Their internal development build has improved significantly. And again, confirming there will be a second beta test. But that's about it, all the news we have from the devs. The actual content in the game and the combat feels pretty great. Yes, the movement.
No, no. Currently, the only thing that's worth fucking playing is the Kratos chain glaives. That's it. If you're not playing that, you're not having a good time. End of story. Okay? Now, a lot of it's not bad, but again, it's like, this is an extremely woeful state to release anything. And considering Chrono Odyssey does have a backing of a new conglomerate, they don't need to do this. They don't need to do this. They don't need to release a beta. They have enough money. The main something director of Chrono Odyssey is like a guy from Cacao or something. I don't remember in which way, but they have money. They have backing. They don't need to stress test a beta version. They're just trying to gauge how much hype is gonna be around this, and how I think they're purely trying to just gauge how much hype there is around this and how much they can actually get away with. So this looks really bad to me from that aspect, because again, this is not a company even though they're lying and saying, "Oh, we're a completely new studio." Yeah, that's not what your LinkedIn profiles say of everyone working at your studio. Seems like they have a lot of ties with a separate entity that has a lot of money and invests in stuff like this. Hey, but maybe that's just me. And yeah, I honestly, the most skeptical look is definitely that they're just trying to gauge how much they can do to get away with it at the Vest. Because they don't plan to release the game at a level that the Vest will accept. Oh boy. Well, anyway, it's a toughie. It is definitely a toughie. Well, anyway, that was Aragon, 10 out of 10. Bye!